What's up, everybody? It's Vicious here, and I'm procrastinating on doing my IT homework. So let's go ahead and look at the story for every Tekken 8 character so far that's been revealed. And I'll check back in when the other two fighters get announced. Looking forward to the announcement for this character, probably going to be Victor. This is supposed to be tomorrow, November 2nd, and then the last character is going to be revealed on November 12th. But for now, let's just go through all these characters and see what they're about, shall we? Alright, first up is Kazuya. That's my guy, Kazuya. And is he like down here or something? What's going on? I like clicked on it, but for whatever reason, it's not on him. I don't know why. Maybe if I do like this, right? Oh, he was above the entire time. That's kind of like, that's weird how they set that up. Anyway, so Kazuya, the cold-blooded oppressor. The country of origin is, he's from Japan, but he's renounced or denounced, whichever one is appropriate, his Japanese nationality, which I don't really know how that works, but I never knew how that works. I always thought that was weird. Like, I'm not Japanese. Yes, you are. What else are you? Style. Mishima style fighting karate. Pretty cool. I've always loved this character. This is the character that made me love Tekken. And I've always loved Kazuya's swag. He's always had some cool outfits, some cool suits. This suit is a little bit much for me, honestly. Like, he has like two vests, if you could see right here. Like, he has a vest underneath his vest. And yeah, it's just a little odd. Like, it's better in motion than it is just like looking at it, because the more you look at it, the more it's like you figure out things that are like wrong with it. Like, I don't know, what is his collar? Is like his collar is made out of like a different material than like the actual the part that the tie is connected to, I guess, here. Like, I don't know. And then he has a collar upturned up here. I mean, I'm not trying to judge the costumes. We'll look at the costumes, though. But yeah, like, there's too much, I don't know, too much black in the black to purple ratio. I feel like there should be more purple. But again, it looks way better in motion than it does, like, just standing still. So, like, you know, whatever. Let's talk about the bio. Using the full extent of his devil power and G Corporation, Kazuya Mishima went on a conquest for world domination. After defeating his father Heihachi Mishima, Kazuya intensifies his offensive to eliminate the leaderless Mishima Zaibatsu. This brutal war divided the world into two, and in the end, G Corporation came out on top. However, G Corporation showed no signs of relenting and continued to dominate the world by force. The Union of Nations was appalled by these actions, and they gathered various world leaders in New York to discuss how to impose sanctions against G Corporation. But then Kazuya himself showed up to the meeting and announced that he would be continuing to wage war. Wage war. He then unleashed G Corporation's army on New York, setting the entire city ablaze. Yep, that's Kazuya for you. Now, I'll just say this. Like, Kazuya doing that, I guess that's kind of on brand, kind of, but not really. Like, Kazuya was always trying to take over everything, but, like, he was doing it in, like, a cool way. Like, you know, in Tekken 2, they didn't call it the Mishima Zaibatsu, it was the Mishima Financial Group or whatever. He was just making tons of money while doing a lot of, like, underhanded stuff. And now he's just, like, waging war against the world. Like, it's just so weird. Like, the shift after Tekken 6 in Tekken story is so odd to me, so odd. But, you know, he's still a cool character. He's doing a little off-brand stuff, but it kind of still is on brand. So yeah, Kazuya Mishima. And now we're gonna look at Jin. Actually, yeah, there he is. I actually like Jin's fit in this game quite a bit. It does a lot to, like, you know, help the not help, but serve the two school of Jin players or whatever. Because, you know, Jin has the people who play Tekken 4 and after, then there's people who play Tekken 3 and Tekken Tag and like Devil Jin. And, you know, the color composition isn't always the same. You know, sometimes he's wearing red, black, and orange. Other times he's wearing, like, just red and black. And sometimes he's wearing white, but he looks cool in this. Country of origin, Japan. He doesn't do that weird shit that Kazuya does. And he does karate. So I'm glad that it just says karate because what was her name? Lydia Sorabeska, or I forget Lydia's name. Like it made no sense them putting another karateka in the game to me. Like if you're gonna have one fantasy version of karate, just keep it one, I guess. Because like it was like literally just traditional karate she did, right? Anyway, despising the cursed blood that ran through his veins, Jin Kazama sought to bring an end to the evil devil bloodline. I'm just adding stuff in, sorry. He joined forces with Lars Alexanderson, and together they prepared to commence Operation Lightning, a plan to eliminate the other bearer of the devil gene, Kazuya Mishima. Jin had once plunged the world into chaos in order to resurrect Azazel, the devil gene's progenitor. His plan was to permanently extinguish the devil gene by defeating Azazel once and for all, even if it cost him his own life. While Jin managed to defeat Azazel, he lost consciousness and fell into a deep sleep. During his absence, G Corporation, led by Kazuya, took over the world by force. Several months later, Jin finally regained consciousness. His deadly struggle with Azazel had taught him how to control his inner devil. Jin swore to end Kazuya's reign of terror in order to atone for the war and destruction he had caused. That you know what? They wrote Jin so badly, and there's nothing that's going to fix that until they reboot this series. Just gonna be completely honest with you. They made Jin a murderer, like a mass murderer, a genocide. Like basically, this would be like giving Hitler a redemption arc. You know what I mean? And I don't dig it. Like Jin's such a corny character. And he was such an awesome character in Tekken 3, 4, 5. Like, I just stopped liking him after 6 because he's just such a bad written character. Like, they want you to, dislike him and, see that he's, a fallible character, but, he killed people. You know what I mean? So Jin's, he's not great. He's not a good protagonist, and I don't even think... he's like a golden boy. He, always wins, right? Until he loses, then he cheats and wins anyway. Looks like on Tekken Blood Vengeance, he was the first character knocked out between Kazuya and Heihachi. He was knocked out on the floor, and then he just came back up. But everybody else, when they got knocked out, it counted. Well, except Heihachi. Yeah, so Jin, I don't have much to say about Jin besides that. Let's look at King. This is the first time I'm seeing a lot of these, by the way. King's fit is very regular. You gotta look at the designs on his costumes, on his wrestling pants to really appreciate them, and it's really cool. He has some tassels going on here. He's always been a Tex-Mex type of guy, I feel like. He he has the cape with feathers on it instead of fur, which is whatever. And he has the cape has some cool designs in the back, some shit I would have seen in the '90s, which is not a bad thing. I like his outfit. It's really hard to reinvent King, and they managed to do it every single game. It's crazy. So he's originally from Mexico. Professional style wrestling is what he has for a fighting style. But let's take a look. King is active on the pro wrestling circuit and also manages an orphanage on the side. The war between G Corporation and the Mishima Zaibatsu has ravaged the world, causing an unprecedented swell in the number of children needing his help. King may be the undisputed champion of the wrestling world, but he will need to put on a spectacle far beyond the bright arena lights if he is to earn the funds required to help those orphans. Anticipating the need for allies to help realize such aspiration, he set out to hone his body and wrestling skills in preparation of meeting such like-minded individuals. So basically, this is I don't know what to call this. I call this a nothing story, right? When they can't figure out a super good reason for a character to actually be in a game, they normally do stuff like this. He needed to flex his muscles so he could talk to people that aren't fighting. But I mean, he's going to be fighting Li Chaolan. He's going to be fighting rich people, but he wants sponsors. He needs people to pay for his orphanage thing. It's a reason for King to fight. It's a King thing. I shouldn't have said that, but at the same time, it's he's had more pressing issues over the years. He wasn't doing this for kids in Tekken 7. You understand? King was doing this for Marduk and Armor King, who ended up fighting again anyway or some shit. They're not in Tekken 8. I can only assume they killed each other. And that's another thing the Tekken is bad at. They're really bad at wrapping up character arcs after like Tekken 6, right? Like they're really bad at it. Like they really don't want characters to have closure, and they really don't want to like open up the next chapter of the character's life. Like in Tekken 5, I remember when King and Marduk became friends. That was interesting. Wrapped up the rival arc for them, but also Armor King came back. What happened to that? Who fucking knows? But next, Jun Kazama. Country of origin, Japan. Kazama style traditional martial arts. Jun Kazama, the mother of Jin, is a practitioner of Kazama style traditional martial arts. Jun displayed a propensity in communicating with animals from a very young age. She went on to become a wildlife surveillance officer for a conservation group where she pursued Kazuya Mishima, who was suspected of smuggling protected animals and experimenting on them. The two met and became close at the second. The king. I hate when they do that. The second. Tekken 2, man. The king of the. I hate saying that. The king of the Iron Fist tournament 2. I feel like I'm doing like a late aughts rap song. Anyway, soon after, Jun became pregnant with Jin. Jun went on to raise Jin in the same place where she was born, in the remote mountains of Yakushima. However, 7 years ago, one day when Jin turned 15 years old, Jun was attacked by a mysterious being known as Ogre and disappeared without a trace. And we won't fucking tell you what happened after that until you play Tekken 8. Oh, I didn't say anything about her fit. So I like Jun's fit. It reminds me of that one KOF character. They've always been compared a lot, but like I like her fit. Not gonna lie, I like her outfits from like Tekken 2, Tekken Tag 2, a little bit more than this. Tekken 8, some of these Tekken 8 designs are like really overly designed, right? And this isn't like overly designed, but it's like approaching that cusp, like with the black shoulder pad parts of this dress and I don't know. It just seems it's a little different, but I do like it. Paul. Let's talk about Paul's fit. I like Paul's fit because it's grungy, right? But I don't like the colors. They still inserting the fucking American flag in here, man. Like, why do they make Paul like a redneck? I don't understand. Like, I get it, but I don't. I don't know what the rope is for. Is he like a Confederate officer? Like, I don't know. But his hair... I think his hair is interesting. I miss the old hairstyle. I'm glad we can put it back in there. Make me wonder, like, why did he do it like this? When he had, like, a cool hairstyle in Tekken 4? I don't know. He'll never shave this beard. I hate that. And, what else was I going to say? The grunge part about it is cool. Don't like the flag. But I do like the red version of this. Where, like, he has, like, the red jacket and, like, the black shirt. Even though it's not like as interesting of a color palette, like I just think it works better for Paul. Okay, so country of origin USA, integrated martial arts based on judo. They've changed that a lot since like the first game. It was judo based martial arts. It was judo. I don't know, but yeah, he does judo even though he's known for punching, which is hilarious. Judo's a grappling thing. Anyway. Paul Phoenix is a hot-headed martial artist aiming to be the greatest fighter in the universe. He entered the King of the Iron Fist tournament, I hate saying that so much, with his eyes on the exorbitant prize money, more assured than ever that this time he would claim victory. The tournament, however, would be suspended with the disappearance of his organizer. Paul received barely a fraction of the fight money he had been counting on, plunging him into a life of destitution. All he could do was take a gamble that the next tournament would be able to provide him with sufficient compensation. To that end, he promised to split his next winnings with his good friend and sparring partner, Martial Law. The pair holed up in the mountains for an intense training session in order to prepare for the tournament. I hate this one. Alright, so Paul has been doing the same thing in every tournament, right? Except now he's poor. And Bandai Namco really wants to make Paul poor. You could just tell they really want to make Paul Phoenix poor. and I hate it. I hate it so much. Like, they want to make him poor, they want to make him destitute like Law. And the thing is, in the beginning, it was never like that. Paul was always striving to be the best. He wanted to be the best, and they kept taking it away from him. They took away from him in Tekken 3. They took away his rivalry with Kazuya. They made him like sort of like a coward against Kazuya or whatever. Even after Tekken 4, he was like looking for him. In Tekken 6, he was like kind of like, he's like washed up. But I mean, you can look this up yourself. Like, it's for real. And he was gonna split the prize money with martial law in Tekken 6. This is not a good storyline. It's just like, how can we put Paul in the game and not make it about like him trying to be the best for like the 8th time in a row? Oh, well, he's poor now. Martial law. Martial law's fit is like, I don't know. I don't think anything of it. It's cool, he's got the Bruce Lee stuff going on, you know what I mean? I don't have anything else to say besides that. Anyway, country of origin, USA. Martial arts is his fighting style. I hate when they're so reductive. They never put Jeet Kune Do. I don't know why. Probably because Jeet Kune Do technically isn't a martial art. It's like a philosophy, but it's a martial art. Come on. Anyway. Martial Law is a renowned martial arts master and runs his own dojo. However, he fell into debt due to his son's motorcycle accident, and his efforts to repay this debt caused him to neglect the management of his dojo, resulting in a sharp drop-off of students coming to train. Law set out to find a distinguished master who could take over the dojo and solve all of his troubles. Unfortunately, all negotiations ended in failure. And to make matters worse, his dojo was repossessed as collateral while he was gone. Oh my god. Now plunged into poverty, Law became bound by the concept of money making the world go round. His only hope was to make a killing at the next tournament and secure the prize money he so desperately needed. To increase his chances of success, he promised to split the winnings with his friend Paul Phoenix. Together, the pair journeyed to the mountains in order to train. So basically the same thing as Paul, only it's sadder because martial law has been doing this since Tekken 4, you understand. So Tekken 4 came out like in 2004, I believe. And it's 2023, so almost 20 years martial law has not made any money. And this is what I mean when I say that they really don't know how to write some of these characters anymore. And I already said that he's tried to pull together money with Paul Phoenix before, and it didn't work. Like, it's just not going to work for him. And Tekken 9, martial law will be on his final notice before they cut his nuts off and keep that as collateral. That's all I have to say. Like, it's very disappointing. And Jack 8. Country of origin unknown. His creator is Russian. Like, the creator of the Jacks are Russian. Even if G Corporation... Where is G Corporation based out of? Is that American? Or is that like what is G Corp? Where is it? I guess that I never really thought about it that way. Fighting style, sheer force. Let's see. This is my favorite Jack fit, right? I could do without the visor, but this is like my favorite Jack design of all time. The colors, man. Look at that subtle metal. I don't know, is that cobalt blue? The black metal, and then the yellow fingers matching his freaking mohawk. Like, it's cool. This is good color composition. It's really good color composition. I'm trying to think of a character who doesn't have good color composition and in this game. And let's see if I can show you. I would say it would be probably Fing Wei's alt, but they're not going to show us that. Anyway, we're going back to Jack. Jack 8 is the latest prototype in the Jack series, so technically he's a prototype Jack. G Corporation's premier humanoid weapon. The developer assigned to the Jack 8, Jane, once had her life saved by Jack. She joined G Corporation and worked day and night to create her ideal Jack machine. While the Jack series was already well established within G Corporation's production line, Jane continued to devote herself to perfecting the Jack design. Her designs for the next generation Jack included a vastly improved AI to that of the Jack 7 model, capable of learning with incredible speed and accuracy. She also sought to significantly increase Jack's firepower with heavy-duty special armaments and an electromagnetic pulse weapon, known as the Gamma System. Amid the chaos caused by Kazuya and G Corporation's tightening grip over the world, the order finally came to deploy Jack 8 into battle, which calls into question, what is Jane morally? Because every time you see a storyline with Jack, you just think Jane is like the real story, right? And Jack might do something silly at the end. So is Jane morally evil? Is Jack evil? Who knows? Jack was considered kind of good, I thought, back in like Tekken, I want to say like Tekken 2 to like Tekken 4, right? I don't know. But yeah, it's a okay story, but Jack is one of those characters, he's like Paul and Law. Like, they don't know how to write this character anymore. They ran out of paper. Lars. I hate this character. I like the infinity. I think it's like an infinity symbol, the Mugen symbol on his shoulder, because he's with the Yggdrasil, which is like the... it's not the infinity tree, but it's like the tree of knowledge. I don't know. It's Nordic. Well, whatever, man. But it's also like Ouroboros, which is also Nordic. He has a lion on his chest. Don't care about that. He's the Lion of Rebellion. His father's motif was a tiger, but his is a lion, you see? And a lion is not as big or strong as a tiger. Anyway. Home country, Sweden. Style, Tekken Force martial arts. You know, again, with the minimizing of his martial arts, Lars actually does have a real fighting style, but, like, I don't remember what it is. I'm not looking it up. Also, why is his cape... You guys see that, right? His cape is over the description. Lars Alexanderson is Heihachi Mishima's illegitimate son and the leader of the blah blah blah, a former officer of the Mishima Zaibatsu special military unit known as the Tekken Force. Lars led a coup against the Zaibatsu and took many of Tekken Force personnel with them after the coup. The world fell under the control of G Corporation led by Kazuya Mishima. Lars formed a new rebel army called Yggdrasil and amassed enough military strength to launch a revolt against the tyrant. Lars even formed an alliance with his longtime enemy, Jin Kazama, and began preparations for Operation Lightning, a plan to take down Kazuya and bring peace to the world. Alright. I don't know how Jin was like his longtime enemy. He just appeared in Tekken 6. But anyway, yeah. So, I don't have much to say about that. He's like one of the driving forces behind Tekken 8's story. And, you know, it is what it is. I don't have like a major critique. He's just driving the story. Next. Alright, let's see. Ling Xiaoyu. Yeah, there we go. See, they can put her country as China, and they can say style Baguazhang Peguazhang based Chinese martial art. Oh, never mind. They used to put way more in the booklets. Like, it's way more than this, but like they won't tell you the rest, which irritates me because like you guys used to put so much information. Why do you hate doing that now? And you got all the information there. It's your headquarters. Anyway, Ling Xiaoyu is a Chinese martial arts master who has feelings for Jin Kazama. She infiltrates the Mishima Zaibatsu building in search of clues to find a missing Jin and to obtain the data that will prove helpful in her search, traveling around the world and following whatever traces she could find. 6 months have passed for Xiaoyu with no hope in sight. I swear it's been like 40 months within the year between Tekken 6 and Tekken 8. Anyway, Xiaoyu has run out of leads, but she simply must find Jin, no matter the cost. There is something she needs to know from him, and it is this unwavering and ever-growing determination that drives Xiaoyu ever forward. So Xiaoyu has been trying to go after Jin since Tekken 6. This is a story, again, it's like a repeating story. She's been trying to find Jin. She's been trying to help the Mishimas. But it seems like things are actually finally coming to a head. So I'll give this story some sort of like nodding, right? Like, I get it. Okay. I think this will be the game where there's progress. I think Xiao Yu and Jin are going to get together, and maybe the next generation of Tekken will be, their kids. Because there's parallels between characters, right? We have Kazumi and Heihachi. We got Jun and Kazuya, and we also have Xiao Yu and Jin, right? So yeah, there we go. Her fit is cool. I like her fit. She has the feathers. She's the phoenix because she's has Art of the Phoenix. She has her orange colors, and man, yeah, you know what? I used to criticize them for taking away her pink, but making her main color orange was probably a good idea. Honestly, it's good. It's good for her. Orange, black, and white, the yin and yang, and the orange for the phoenix. I like it. It's good design. Nina, probably something boring. I'm not gonna lie. Let's see. Nina Williams, Ireland. She's from Ireland, and her style is not assassination arts. It's Aikido. I don't know why they do that. Nina Williams is a master of the lethal arts and a professional killer known by the alias of Silent Assassin. She was employed by the Mishima Zaibatsu and acted as a commander of the Special Forces unit, Tekken Force. However, after failing the mission to retrieve Jin Kazama, she left the unit to work as a freelance assassin. Sometime later, Kazuya Mishima takes the lead in G Corporation's attempts at world domination. Kazuya recruits Nina as his direct subordinate and grants her the title of commander of the G Corporation forces. So Nina has not had any loyalty the entire series, and she is an assassin, so I guess I understand. But at the same time, it bothers me, if I could be totally honest. It bothers me how, what is her goal? Like, is she just trying to make money? How much money is going to be enough for Nina? Does she love what she does? Like, I don't know. This is a great fit, though. I tell you this. This is Nina's best fit. I get, at least in my opinion. Like, she's an older lady. I like to believe that Tekken 2 was based in the 80s. And, she's an older lady at this point, really. She's 28, I think. She's in, like, her late 20s. But she still should have, like, the mind of, like, somebody who was coming up back in, like, the 80s, right? And I can see a bad bitch from the 80s really rocking this right now, right? She has like this dress, looks like she's going out for the evening. She got the gold. This gold, I don't know what it is about this gold that's all over her, bro, but it be setting this whole shit off. This is her best outfit. I just told you a little bit ago, and I believe that. And it's not overly costumey, right? It's just her costume. It's just an outfit. So yeah, that's how I feel about that. How much more we got? We got a lot more to go. I might have to cut this video in half. Leroy. Let's take a look at Leroy. Leroy Smith, Grandmaster of Drip. Okay, so this is something I have to contest, right? This is not a drippy outfit. This is like not that much different from his Tekken 7 outfit. I would say it's actually worse because his Tekken 7 outfit, while it was so raw, was because he had this jacket, or maybe it was a different coat or whatever. It was closed, right? And it was white and gold. But he had an unusual pant color, which was red, right? And he had the leopard sneakers on. And that was like really cool because the leopard sneakers accented the gold and the red went with the white. So it was like, that was some drip, and he had gold on. But this is just like gaudy. He has like too much white and black and gold. Like, white and black go with everything. So like nothing about this is clever, and like the gold is just gold. But that's just me. So he's from the USA, and his fighting style is Wing Chun. Leroy Smith is extolled as a hero for freeing New York from the clutches of gangs. When he finds out that the Mishima Zaibatsu was the ringleader behind the war that tore the city apart half a century ago, he decides to participate in the King of Iron Fist tournament with the sole purpose of taking them down. Then Heihachi Mishima, the head of the Mishima Zaibatsu, suddenly disappears. G-Corp takes advantage of the situation and overthrows the Mishima Zaibatsu. G-Corp continues its invasion, and soon the whole world will be ruled by its iron fist. After learning that Heihachi's son, Kazuya Mishima, is the leader of G-Corp, Leroy and his dog Sugar, I know. Wait, what? Leroy and his dog Sugar know what they must do to restore peace in the world. So this is cool. I mean, I have not a lot to say about this in particular because they didn't really give Leroy a story for Tekken 7 that I could like look at digitally, like on the game, and I didn't really look up much about his story. I thought Heihachi was somebody they really had beef with because he killed his family, but yeah, they don't mention anything about this in here. So I don't know if that's a retcon because the way they do things with Bandai Namco, but whatever. But yeah, that's all I got to say about Leroy. Asuka. I think I'll do like one more row, and like when they do reveal like the character on November 12th, I'll come back to this. But all right, Asuka. How much time have I gotten on this video? It's been 30 minutes. I don't actually like this outfit on Asuka. Like, maybe if I saw her pants, right? Like, this has some sort of like what's the word for it? Where it's like not flannel, but like, I don't know, those pants with the stripes on them. Like, maybe if I seen more of this, like, I would be more impressed. I don't know. It's hard for me to see. But yeah, Asuka Kazama. So this outfit is okay. It's okay. I don't really like the brown arm belt things here. And I don't like the hat. It just seems a little, I don't know. It's less Japanese and like, I get it. Like, I think Lily controls her school or something like that, but it's like, I don't know. It's just not, it's something that I would think that Asuka would wear. But this is something designed by somebody, and I don't want to be too disrespectful. This is not my favorite Asuka outfit. Country, Japan style, Kazama style, traditional martial arts, just like Jun Kazama. Asuka Kazama is a master of Kazama style traditional martial arts and as well as a known mediator. She once defeated the young heiress Lily at the King of Iron Fist tournament, but after that victory, Asuka got the feeling that she was being followed wherever she went. Lily's increasingly irrational behavior got worse day by day, and one day Asuka came back to her home dojo, having been bought out and covered in rose decorations. But these days of farcical shenanigans are about to come to an end with G Corporation's invasion upon the world. Okay, so another, I'm so sick of her and Lily. They're so annoying. Like, they're not cool rivals. Jin and Hwoarang are cool rivals. Lily and Asuka are not cool rivals. Like, they brought Asuka back as a means to like kind of replace Jun's fighting style. And, they said she's related to Jin. Everybody assumed it's her cousin. Harada said no, it's different. They're not cousins. There's something else. And I hate it. I hate it so much because it's like her relationship to Jen is weird. Her rivalry with Lily is weird. Like, she's like the spirited peacemaker. She's supposed to be like a good Kazama, good natured, and she is good natured. But like, there's all we see of her is just being obnoxious, and like, I'm honestly getting sick of Asuka. Even though, hey, I can say this because I was a kid when Asuka Kazama came out in 2005. I was like fucking 12 years old. Asuka was fine, though. I will say that. Let's see. This is the last row I'm going to do. Now I'm going to do this row and these two whenever they come out. So, alright. Lily. I don't like this outfit. It reminds me of like every outfit she has put together. And it's not that great. Like, it reminds me of her white Tekken 5 outfit that's been in the game forever. It reminds me of her Tekken 7 outfit. It reminds me of like every dress she has. Like, I don't get nothing out of this. Her home country is Monaco. Interesting, because they won't tell you where Zafina's country is. Like, they just say Zafina's Arabic, but like you never notice like how like Lily doesn't say country Europe. Anyway, fighting style, street fighting. It's something else. It's not just street fighting. Nobody fights like that on the street. I don't know why they do this. Daughter of a wealthy daughter of a wealthy oil magnate from Monaco, who, despite her pampered upbringing, loves to fight. Keeping it a secret from her peace-loving father, Lily uses the family private jet to fly around the globe in search of worthy opponents to hone her skills. All of it to defeat her eternal rival, Asuka Kazama, who has beaten her twice in the King of Iron Fist tournament. What a loser. Lily buys the Kazama family's dojo with her pocket money, decorates the entire dojo with roses, and sends Asuka a formal challenge. Imagining Asuka's angry face, Lily smiles elegantly while petting her cat, Salt. So this is, again, it's another example of like a repeating storyline. Tekken didn't used to repeat its storyline so bad, right? Like, she's been fighting Asuka for like the past 3 tournaments, and like them telling you this within the bio is so annoying. I hate it. Brian Fury. Alright, country USA style kickboxing. That's the fuck I'm talking about. I used to love kickboxing. I still do. His fit is like a combination. So like his fit is like a combination of like several outfits, but they're like several outfits within Tekken 3, which is hilarious, right? It's cool. You know, you can't really see much there, but like, you know, he has the armbands, he has the bandoilers, he has the shotgun shells, like he has the leather pants, like the snake leather and shit. Like, it's cool. He's a cool character. I like his fit in this game. Obtain- Obtaining the perpetual generator, Brian Fury became the ultimate replicant, using his, where did that come from? Using his endless source of energy to wreak havoc. Even after the battle between G-Corp and the Mishima Zaibatsu concluded, Brian continued waging acts of war around the globe and quickly became the target of international police organizations. Something suddenly changed in Brian when he confronted the elite counterterrorist unit of the International Police Agency he formerly belonged to in an urban conflict. Either a result of overuse of countless conflicts or from a lingering memory of his mortal body, his perpetual generator overheated during battle. A surge of feelings of power and pleasure burned their imprint into his brain, turning it crimson red. When he awoke, he was alone in the devastated aftermath he likely caused. Are you really the infamous Brian Fury? Under the rubble, the voice of someone who appeared to know him said, but was abruptly interrupted by the sounds of pummeling fists and maniacal laughter. Interesting. So, Brian is malfunctioning. He's going to be dead soon. Like, he has to die, right? Like, I think Tekken 8 is going to be the end of a lot of things, and I do think that this is interesting because Brian Fury's just been going from battle to battle since Tekken 5, actually. You know, when Tekken 6 happened, it was like Candyland for him. That was the last time he progressed. In Tekken 7, he just started fighting everybody again. And now he's like overheating and like malfunctioning. Like, he has a perpetual generator, but this is something that they should have brought up in other games, honestly. Like, his body, he was trying to get the perfect body. So remember, his body isn't perfect, but he does have perpetual energy. So he can keep running until his body falls apart. Alright, don't kill me. War wrong. Home country, I think it's very important that they start putting like South Korea. Fighting style, Taekwondo. War wrong. A Taekwondo master. A Taekwondo master, Huarong is considered. One more time. A Taekwondo master. Huarong has considered Jin Kazama his rival ever since their fight ended in a draw. About 6 months ago, he meets Jin again in the Middle East. The black-winged figure that stood before him was the same that had trounced him in an instant in a previous encounter. With all the strength he could muster, Huarong succeeded in defeating the rampaging Jin. However, due to the intervention of the Union Nations forces, Jin disappears once again. Victory was mine, but, he said. Huarong left feeling incontent at the unresolved conflict with Jin after returning home, so he threw himself into stoic training in order to find answers. He quietly looks inward and gradually arrives at the answer, what he wants, and what he must do to achieve it. So Huarong is a character that's like always progressed, and that's what I like. His main goals are like fighting Jin mostly, but like there's always something happening. In Tekken 4, in Tekken 3, I think he either lost to Jin or didn't get to fight him. In Tekken 4, he really wanted to join the tournament to fight Jin again, to sell his score. And, he couldn't because he was interrupted by his own, people, his military. And, it's sort of the same thing in Tekken 5. But in Tekken 5, he won, but was defeated by Devil Jin. So Devil Jin, caused some bad blood there, right? And in Tekken 6, he's just been trying to find and fight Jin ever since then, really. But he's been doing it in a cool way. Not like Asuka and Lily just, you won't stop bothering me. He's like, oh man, I gotta help my master. He's like, I gotta fight in the military, the war against the Mishimas, yada yada yada. It's throwing everything into chaos. Also, I'm fighting this dude, and I'm trying to learn to get stronger. I'm stronger than a devil now, evidently. Stuff like that is really cool. You can see why it's different from you baka, you put flowers on my dojo. It's less annoying. Claudio. I don't think much about Claudio. Oh, I didn't say anything about Huarong's fit, did I? Yo, Huarong's fit is cool. It's like a combination of several different outfits, and it's really cool. I like the colors and the flag on his back, the yellow, the orangish yellow colors he has all throughout his fit. It's really cool. It really comes together. Really good color composition, I think. Claudio Serafino. Don't like this outfit in the least bit. It doesn't. I don't know how this is different from his other outfit. Maybe if I had them next to each other, sure, but this is I don't really care for it. His home country is Italy. Style, serious, exorcist art. Maybe he has a real fighting style. I don't know. But I'm just going with this. I didn't look into Claudio. Leader of the serious marksmen, a group of exorcists who had banished evil in various forms since ancient times. Claudio Serafino was one of the most powerful exorcists in his organization. After learning from Heihachi Mishima 6 months earlier of Jin Kazama and Kazuya Mishima and the power they command over the Devil Gene, Claudio decided to cooperate with Heihachi despite considerable opposition from within his own organization. Also, this is a long ass story. I hate this. Also, Claudio learned of the existence of Ling Xiaoyu, who was searching for Jin. He decided to get close to Xiaoyu in order to use her in his mission to locate and defeat Jin. Born into the house of the purifying blue flame, Claudio took pride in his lineage and was determined to defeat Devil at all costs. However, Claudio lost all credibility due to a certain incident in which Heihachi betrayed him and dissolved their cooperative alliance. Many of the organization's members affected to save themselves, causing Claudio great distress. In this difficult time, Xiaoyu and her undying trust in Jin Kazama left a strong impression on him. Well, that's cool. I will say that. I'll talk about that here in a second. Claudio, embarrassed by his actions up to that point, confessed everything to Xiaoyu and apologized. He had promised to aid her in her quest to find Jin. However, if Jin were overcome by the influence of the Devil Gene and betrayed by Xiaoyu, Claudio would have no reservations about what he must do. Determined to do what he must, Claudio released one of the seals on his right arm. It was forbidden exorcism arts that had been forbidden by those before him, whatever, as its power consumes the life force of his practitioner. Well, why did they come up with it? Anyway, so there's a couple things about this story I do like. I don't care about Claudio, but his story is actually pretty well written, I think. They ended him in a cliffhanger with Xiaoyu and Tekken 7, right? And he followed her, and we thought that, he's going to go crazy and hold her for ransom. But no, Claudio is actually kind of a good dude, right? He kind of reminds me a lot of Lee. He's a character that you think is kind of like a scumbag, but then ends up being a pretty okay guy, through character development and growth. He felt shame. He felt embarrassed, and he apologized, right? And he said that he was going to do what he could to help Xiao. That's good character development because he would have did anything but that previously. That's how you should write characters. That's good. Azucena. I'm sure I'm going to hate this. So, Azucena Milagros Ortiz Castillo. Perfect blend, huh? Country, Peru. Style, mixed martial arts striker. Even though her grapple was really fucking grapply. And she's another character where she's like covering... Hold on. You know what? Hold on. I don't know why I just didn't think of that. I'm not going back to Lars's shit. Azucena Migros Ortiz Castillo, known better as Coffee Queen, is beloved for her innocent personality and her fearless fighting styles as an MMA champion. The only daughter of the family who owns the Ortiz Farm, a coffee plantation located 2,000 meters above sea level. Azucena grew up observing her father's trade and dreamed of becoming the world's best coffee farmer. Admirable. To make her dream come true, a young Azucena conducted countless experiments by cultivating new coffee plants based on her novel ideas. Although adults around her rejected her ideas time and time again, Azucena used their rejection to motivate herself and continued to refine her daring spirit. A few years later, Azucena's efforts finally bore fruit, and her coffee beans were awarded the highest quality rating at the world-renowned trade fair, making her a rising star within the industry. Azucena continued to challenge herself, using her positive thinking and ingenious ideas to pursue and achieve success both as a model and a dancer. She even studied business administration as the most Alright, listen, we're going to talk about this. However, the caffeine coursing through her body led her to the conclusion that in order to become the best in the world, one needs not only stability, but adventures as well. A plan suddenly clicked into place for her while she captured a runaway alpaca with with one hand and held a cup of coffee in the other. She decided she would use her physical prowess earned from training at high altitudes they meant altitudes to break into the American MMA scene and promote her I've never seen this word, eponymous Azucena coffee blend. Maybe they misspelled that like they did attitudes. Anyway, her plan succeeded, and in the first year, Azucena rose to the top of her ranks as a champion. All the while, she acted as a walking billboard for the Ortiz Farm, leading to a dramatic increase in the plantation's sales and popularity. As her next step forward, Azucena has turned her attention to the King of Iron Fist tournament, which has emerged as the world's most popular fighting game tournament in recent years. Recent years? If Tekken wasn't the most popular tournament, what was? If she wins, Azucena will be that much closer to becoming the best in the world. Although the date for the tournament remains undecided, Azucena is confident that the day is not far away. My intuition never fails me. I don't know. That's a horrible English voice acting. Well, I wish they'd tell us, what is her age? How old is Azucena? Anyway, so Azucena has an okay story. I like it, but it's like not a story that really needs to be in a fighting game like Tekken, honestly, if you ask me. Like, it's a good story, but it's like a story of like a Final Fantasy character, like that's about to go on an adventure. Like, I'm in search for the perfect blend of coffee. Oh, and there's monsters that attack my village and kill my father. I need to, I don't know. Like, that's not what happened, but like, you could see that happening in a Final Fantasy story. So like, I like her story to a certain extent, but like when it comes to like some of this other shit, hold on a second, where's it at? You guys will notice like I kind of had like a reaction to this shit. So like, she's a model, a dancer, a coffee barista or whatever. She's a coffee creator. She's a scientist or some shit. Like, why do they always do this to the girls in Tekken? Like, you don't have to do that. Like, it's okay. I'm not saying that girls shouldn't have representation in like, like higher education or anything, but it's like, they keep making every girl a model. You notice that? Like, look, Josie was a model and so was Katarina. Katarina and Josie were both models. So like, she's also a model? Like, it makes sense. I mean, she's a fighter. She has a model body, of course, right? Like, or that's toxic. She has a body. She could be a model, right? Of course. But like, why is this like the third model? How many models are we gonna have? Asuka's gonna be a model in the next game. You know, like it would have just been fine saying she's an MMA artist and she also has a farm. You know, but they had to do all this extra shit. All right. Oh, I didn't talk about her fit. Yeah, let's talk about her fit. I like it. I like her alt more though. This jacket thing, it kind of reminds me of Michelle's sweat or whatever on Tekken Tag 2, but not really the same thing. It's cool. I like all the colors. I like how red is her main color, and I like all the colors. They just go together because of her accessories, right? So like, you know, she has like the light blue here, there's light blue here, there's orange here, there's orange down here, there's red here. Like, I don't know if this is just like a Peruvian thing or what, but it's really cool. She has the rainbow moon jewelry. Really cool. Ties more stuff together, but the main color is red. And I can appreciate all the extra stuff. It's really cool. I like this. Very good color composition. Very awesome design. Don't really care for the story as much as some might, but, you know, there's potential here, but, like, she's just too happy-go-lucky for me. It's like with Julia in Tekken 7. You can't really do anything to make this character sad. Anyway, Raven. This is going to be the last one. Raven. Country of origin unclear. Fighting style ninjutsu. Nice and straight to the point. Excuse me. Let me go ahead and fix this here. There we go. Codename Raven. An agent and ninjutsu master. He is tasked with special ops missions for the UN's independent forces. Raven has engaged in missions all over the world, utilizing his ninjutsu to put a stop to conflicts before they even begin. However, the brutal power struggle between the Mishima Zaibatsu and G-Corp threatens to bring the entire globe to its knees, and Raven only sees more chaos on the horizon. To face the challenges that lie ahead, he must continue to push past his limits. With this in mind, Raven sets out to train with his ninjutsu master once more. While the top brass admires Raven's resolve and accepts his request to go train, their approval comes with one condition. They will only cover his absence for half a year, aiming to maximize his results in a limited time frame. Aiming to maximize his results in a limited time frame, Raven decides to focus on honing the arts he already excels at. Months pass and he masters a new art, Shadow Clone, just as he receives his orders to return. Thus, Raven leaves the training grounds behind, anticipating the new battle that awaits him. So they lied in Tekken 7, right? Let's see. First they say he's a ninjutsu master, but like, if he's a ninjutsu master, then why is his master Master Raven, and why did he need to master a new technique? He's not a ninjutsu master then, right? Raven sets out to train with his ninjutsu master once more. So if Master Raven isn't the ninjutsu master, because Master Raven was looking for Raven in Tekken 7, what the fuck is happening? Like, alright, Raven's story is good, barring that we forget that Tekken 7 happened, right? That's all I'll say about that. As for Raven and his costume, this is a good costume. It takes a lot of cues from Raven's previous costume, and there's more color in it, right? My biggest beef with Raven over the years is his costume's color has pretty much just been black and gold, you know? And there's not much more to say about it. It has some purplish tints on the metal parts, and that's it. But I'll say that this outfit is really good because it has more than just black and gold. There's blue too, and the blue is very apparent. His glasses are red, which goes with these kodachis that he has. I think those are kodachis. They're like short swords. Yeah. Yeah, it's good color composition, and Raven's a cool looking character, right? He looks better than ever before. His story, like I said, ignoring that Tekken 7 exists and Master Raven was a thing, like, this is a good story. But that's all for now. I'm going to get the other characters whenever, like, they come out, and I'll get the rest of the cast. I'll catch you guys later.